We are all about preserving and exhibiting the machines of the past so that people can appreciate how that smartphone in their pocket came into being. We're different than other museums because the computers aren't just sitting on a shelf, getting dusty. We're all about the experience here. We're not just preserving artifacts, we're preserving that original experience of using them. It makes us really special. It means you can actually sit down at a Alto computer from Xerox, experience Doug Engelbart's mouse, that original GUI. And you can sit down at Commodore 64 and go play Miss Pac-Man, touch a Surface 1.0, get a really good understanding of how far we've come. Try making your own punch card and experience the frustration of computing back in the day. All so you can appreciate those marvelous engineering feats that have been done really in just the last 50 or 60 years. Oh my goodness, dozens. I couldn't even tell you how many we have. We obviously have dozens of computers that are on the floor, that are working, that our guests can interact with. We also have dozens, actually hundreds of computers and artifacts that are not on exhibit and that may be in the process of being restored by our engineering department or may be waiting for future restoration. But we have a tremendous collection, and if anyone's ever interested in finding out more about what we have, they can go to our website, you can explore what's on exhibit. You can also have access to our catalog and see what's in the archives that you might never actually get a chance to experience on the exhibit floor. So I have two favorites, my favorite children. The Alto by Xerox. I love that computer because it's so revolutionary, represents so many innovations. And not only does it represent innovations like the GUI, cut and paste, Ethernet, accompanying laser printer, Doug Engelbart's mouse, but it's all in that computer designed for non-programmers. That's really special to me since I'm not a programmer, I'm not an engineer, to see how Xerox engineers were trying to make a computer accessible so that really it would be as simple as a child exploring a tabletop full of toys. It's a very special computer for that reason. And it's amazing when you look at it and you think, this is 1973. This kind of technology wasn't going to make it out to your mainstream consumer until 11 years later with the Apple Macintosh. I also have another favorite child, the Bendix G15. Sadly, the G15 is not on exhibit right now. Hopefully, will eventually be restored to working order so you can bask in the glow of its vacuum tubes. I love the G15 because it's the earliest computer in our collection. It's from 1956. It was designed by Harry Huskey, who's an assistant of Alan Turing's, a big Turing geek, so that makes me very happy. And it's a very historically important computer because it was arguably, by some historians, argued to be the first personal computer in the world. It's the first computer we know of that had an operating system designed for just one person. It's tiny. It's about the size of a refrigerator, and it was incredibly inexpensive in 1956. It's just an absolutely amazing engineering marvel, and it's gorgeous to boot. Right, so our panel for our IBM 36091 mainframe, the one with all the beautiful flashing lights, we recently loaned that to Disney for the film Tomorrowland. And we also have, in front of our panel, we have an IBM printer keyboard that appeared on the set of Mad Men. We actually have photos of it on the set of Mad Men in our cold room. So if you catch the old episodes, you might be able to see that and some of their computer room scenes and catch our names in the credits. And right now we have IBM equipment on the set of season 2 of the TV show *Halt and Catch Fire*. So everybody should watch for that coming up in the future. I'm really passionate about history and about preservation. My background in archaeology has really made me feel like stewardship is important. And the best way to be a good steward of these artifacts is to get people excited about them and be like, yes, this is cool, we should preserve this. So that's my passion, is just exploring that with people, having them sit down, being like, this is cool. We should preserve this artifact. We should preserve this experience for another 50, 60, 70 years. So I'm all about really showing my enthusiasm for preservation stewardship so that future generations will also agree that this is cool stuff that should be kept up for generations to come. I couldn't even say. It varies so much. We have, large events like Free Play, which is coming up, where we're expecting a lot of people on one day. And then, in the winter, we have quieter days as well. Like today, we have school groups come in, so we could easily have, 50 school groups or 50 kids at any one time with our school group. It really varies. We couldn't tell you a particular average. So right now, we have a guest services staff that includes 3 tour guides. And we have Erin down in the gift shop, and we have an archival department as well, and then we have a whole engineering department. Couldn't even tell you how many engineers we have because that varies on a daily basis with our contractors. But you're welcome to go chat with our engineers in the cold room. They're the guys in the white lab coats with black work shirts. They can explain more technical details about the restoration they're doing. Like Bruce is working on our 6500, our supercomputer. You can go in and ask him about his work. Glenn and Craig, right now, are contractors working on our IBM 36020. You can go chat with them about their work as well. I would just say watch for our programming, our upcoming programming. Things like Free Play on August 15th is very important. We have ongoing programs as well to try to get people involved with the museum. So things like our movie night, which happens every first Thursday. So I encourage everybody to get involved, become members, because once you've been here, it is a really special place. The look on people's faces when they come off the elevator and you explain to them the rules, and they're like, I know, don't touch. And you're like, no, please do touch. Within a few guidelines, you are allowed to touch things and use them. And when people actually have that light bulb moment, they realize, I can sit down the Commodore 64, I can sit down from the Alto, I can use a teletype. It's magical to see that. Certainly. So our website is livingcomputermuseum.org. You can contact us via our website and also info@livingcomputermuseum.org. If you want to check us out on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Living Computer Museum. And we're also on Twitter, which is our Twitter is @livingcomputers. And I would have to check on the phone number for you because sadly I don't have it memorized. Oh, sorry. We're at 2245 First Avenue South. We're right past, we're south of the Fields, and we're right by Starbucks headquarters. So if you find the big building with the clock tower and the mermaid looking at you, we're just 1 block north of her.